Hello everyone and welcome to another video brought to you by webvidtuts.com. This is video 2 in the Dreamweaver CS5 training series, and in this video we'll just be going over how to create a new file for a new web page for our site, and all the different things we can do to start editing it. Basically, that's pretty much all we're going to do in this video. We're having a hard time trying to come up with the naming conventions for these videos because I'm going to go over quite a few things over every one, and every video is going to have something totally different, and it's going to go over a lot of stuff, so it isn't just going to go over one thing. So I'm having a little bit of trouble coming up with a naming convention for these videos. But for this video, we'll try to make a put a web page in this site that we just made in the last video, which is the training site. And we'll look at some things that we can do to inspect our web page, how we can start putting things on it, and just all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and let's say I want to make a new HTML page for our site. Let's go ahead and make the home page. What I can do is go right here to create new HTML page. Go right here to new and create a new HTML page like this, or I can just right click on this local files site right here and go to new file, and then it'll create a new page right here. And let's go ahead and name this index.html. The reason it's called index is that when we start uploading our files to a server to host our website, index.html is usually the first web page that comes up when you go to, like, for instance, webvidtuts.com. Our home page is actually called index.html. If you click on the home page button, I think it'll bring you in the URL bar. It'll say index.php actually, because it's a PHP file, and that's the first page that's being displayed once you go to webvidtuts.com. So in order to open this file up in Dreamweaver, all we have to do is just double click it, and it'll bring us to this white screen right here. And this is our blank web page. So let's go ahead and go over a few of these things. Right here there's 3 buttons: code, split, and design. Design is going to show you a preview of what the site is going to look like once it's in a browser. Split will show you the code on the left hand side and the design on the right hand side. I think there's a button you can push and it flips it around. I am not exactly sure. I think you can. I think there's a. Oh, here we go. If you go to this button right here, this little, it looks like a pane or something, and then you go down to design view on the left. It'll actually switch the views to the codes on the right and then design views on the left. If you hit it again, if it's unchecked, the design view is on the right, code is on the left. And this just gives you a preview of what the site's going to look like, and then your code right here. In case you're like wanting to test out something in your code and then want to see what it looks like in a browser or your preview real quick, that's a pretty nice little way you can do it. And then there's the code view, which is strictly just code, just like if you were typing in Notepad++. It's strictly code. The one I usually go in is code because I usually hand type my websites. But in this series, the training series, will probably be mostly a designer, but we'll go into code sometimes. We're going to design view mostly because that's mainly what Dreamweaver is for, and if we want to go into code view most of the time, we're just going to go ahead and just do Notepad++. So we'll probably learn a lot more in the design view than the code view. And then right here there's a button called live code, and that's just going to show you a preview of what your site's going to look like without all the guides on it. Like once we start making this website, we'll have a bunch of guides so to show you how, like, oh, here's where your table is, here's how wide it is. It's going to show that on the preview. But once you go to live code, it's just like looking at it in a browser, and it doesn't have any of those guides on there, and it's like strictly what it looks like in a browser. Live view is actually the one. Live code is actually trying to show you which code is initiating right now. The live view is actually the one that, well, if you push live code, it shoots live view also. And then there's inspect. We'll be going more over that in another video. Go ahead, check that off. And then there's multi-screen. This is, we'll be going over this in another video also. But this is like to show you what your website's going to look like on a phone, on a tablet, or on a desktop with this resolution right here. So it's like testing your web page and see what it's going to look like on multiple screens. Hence the multi-screen preview title right there. It just shows you what your website's going to look like on phones and tablets and all that. And if you want to preview your web page in a browser, you can just click this little globe icon right there, and you can preview in Chrome if you have that, Internet Explorer, or you can actually add more right here when you go to edit browser list, and you can add some more. So this is Chrome right here. This is my primary browser. If you want to add some more, you can actually, that's it. I can't even speak right today. That edits it. If you want to add another one, you can go like Firefox. Oh, that is not how you spell it. Firefox, and then you browse to where your Firefox exe file is. But I'm not going to go do that because I don't use Firefox in my Dreamweaver. But that's just a one way. Or you can take one away. I can take away Internet Explorer. I'm not going to because I need it on there. So that's a nice little way to do it. The quick button is F12. That'll launch the primary browser. And before you preview any web page, you want to save it, and then it'll actually show the changes onto that web page in your browser. If you don't save it, then it'll go back to like the last save what it looks like. Alright, and the title right here is actually going to be what your title and your head tagger is right here. So this is one's untitled document. So if we change right here, we'll change it to my web page, and that's going to change the title right here to my web page. So then when you preview your, if you hit F12, my web page is right here, and that's how that works. That's basically all you need to know for that. And right here, this little tab right here, it'll show you which page you're on. So if you have multiple pages, you can switch between them real quick, which that's pretty nice. Usually I'll be working on several pages or something at once, and I can just quickly go to them real quick without having to go over here, load them up, and then start looking at them. And that is basically it for now. If you go over here to the insert panel, actually, let's go ahead and get rid of a few of these. Like, we don't need Adobe Browser Lab. Go ahead and go to, it doesn't show up here, if you go right here in these little lines and that little arrow pointing down, go ahead and go over here and use close tab group, and it'll exit all that. The ones we need to keep are insert, CSS styles, and we can get rid of Business Catalyst also. So let's go ahead and close that tab group also. So then we just have these three right here: the files, CSS styles with API elements, and the insert panel. Those are the ones we're going to be using mostly throughout this training series. So let's go ahead and take a look at the insert panel. What we can do is click on one of these, and it'll actually bring it right onto our web page. So let's say I want a hyperlink. You can go ahead and use a hyperlink, and it'll bring up this little menu. Like, what do you want the hyperlink to say? Let's put webbidhuts.com. I use that for like every example. And then we actually put the link to it right here. So HTTP. Make sure you put HTTP also. www.webbidhuts.com. And target. If you don't know how to use this, just blank will actually put in a new page. New will, I'm not sure what that does actually. I believe new will put in a new tab. You know, I am not really sure for some of these. I will get back to you on a different video. I have to look those up. Usually I just leave them blank. Usually that's probably what you want to do too. Actually, top will bring you to the top of your page, I believe. I'm not sure what the others are for. I'll have to get back to you guys on that one. And then title is, I believe that's what's going to pop up when you hover over the link. So this is a pop-up. And then we don't need to know about this stuff really. I'll go hit OK. And there it puts our link right there. Let's go ahead and test this. Why is it not? I think my computer just froze. Okay, there it goes. Oh, what just happened? Sometimes it'll do that when I'm recording. Alright, as you can see, it says webvidtuts.com, and if you look down here, well, it pops up right there. So webvidtuts.com, that's our link right there. And then there's that pop-up. This is a pop-up. That is the title of that link, and it'll just shoot up when you hover over it and see if the link works. And yes, it does work. It brings us to webvidtuts.com, and I believe, no, it's good again. I thought it froze there for a second again. Alright. And if you want an email link right here, we can put the text of the email link, like, we can put our email. We'll put webvidtuts@gmail.com. And then we'll write webvidtuts@gmail.com. Actually, we'll just go ahead. We'll put this as email me, just so we can see what the difference is. So email me. So if we click this, it'll actually bring up a little. When you click this, it'll actually bring up your Outlook, or whatever your default program is. I haven't actually configured my Outlook yet. I don't use it. And then once Outlook comes up, it'll actually bring up the little form to email, to start emailing to the email that's in there at webvidtuts@gmail.com. As you can see down here. Oh, there it is. Okay, that went away. And also you can put named anchors down, horizontal rules. You can make a table. You can define how many rows you have, how many columns you want, how wide you want it, and it'll actually put it on there for you. Yeah, excuse me. Now if you actually look in the code, it'll actually write all the code there for it. And if you want, you can just go ahead and start editing in the code, like this. Let's see, what was that one? Just there we go. Set it back to its default, and there's some more things that. Did I just put another one? No, I didn't. If you want to put an image, let's say I want to put an image in this column right here. Images, and we'll go into our images folder. We actually don't have any images, so I can't really put an image on there. Oh, come on. Alright, if you hit that little arrow right there, it gives you more options. And you can put like a flash file, like if you make a flash game, you can put it on the site, use them right here. Put a SWF, and you just locate where that file is. Put widgets, dates, put the day's date on there. Come on, there it goes. You can add some of the template fields on there. We'll be going over that in a later video. What kind of script you want to put on there. If you want to make a JavaScript script. And if you hit this little arrow right here, it gives you many more options, like layouts. You can insert div tags, AP divs, some spry panels, and all that stuff. Forms. You can add like text fields, text areas, checkboxes. Let's see what else we have here. Buttons, image fields, the spry fields. We'll go over what spry is in a later video. It's kind of cool to use if you know how to use it right. Some data. This is for, I believe, if you're using like scripting, like PHP scripting. It'll actually put the scripting on there for you. Now I might show you how to make a login page using that. And here's all the spray elements right here, like the spray validation checkbox. And you can use this to like validate if anything's in there, and or if you don't want any like numbers in there. And this right here, you can define how you want your text. Let's say let's delete that. Let's put hello there from WebVidTuts, and go over here and put bold. You know, I should make the words bolder. Just highlight them. Let's say I want italicized, bold, or if I want strong or emphasis, or if I want to make a new paragraph, or some definitions. Not sure how those work. And we have some favorites. You can right click to customize your favorites. And that's what the insert menu is for. The CSS styling sheet, or the CSS styles are here. Oh, come on. This is where it's going to show you all your definitions that you have in your CSS style sheet, and you can click on those and it will give you a quick little preview of how you can change it and all that. We'll go over that in the next video. And files is right here. Refresh is right here. I'm trying to go a little bit quicker. I think it's been kind of long for this video. Now this will be all your folder for your sites that you make in Dreamweaver, such as our training. I have some more I'm making for some clients and for WebVidTuts and all that. You can check out your testing server, remote server, or your local view, which is the one you'll be working with the most. And then you have your properties panel down here, which it's pretty neat to use too. Like let's say if I go over that, I want to change the font of that. I can change it to Courier New. You know, make a class for it. I'm gonna try this again. Or you can actually, this is for like CSS actually here. You can use HTML right here. So if you want it like inside the actual HTML file, do it right here. Or if you want it inside your CSS, I think it puts it in your. I think you define if it's inline or external. We can go right here and make it bold, italicized. You can click them off, or you can give it a class, a CSS class, or you can make an unordered list, order list, and like the title, the target right here. So that's pretty nice right there too. Alright, and you can also make a link like this. If I just make some text, hover over it, and I can put the link right here, like http www.webvidtuts.com. And it'll actually transform me to webvidtuts.com that way too. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Just explaining a little bit more about what we can do to start making our websites with. I think in the rest of the series I'm just going to have us make a website and we'll just use some tools along the way. That's what I'm thinking about doing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel and register as a member on our site at webvidtuts.com. Thank you all for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.